Congratulations, you guys. You have done it again. You have topped the last one. I didn't know how you could do it. You keep topping the one before. Congrats. How are you feeling?
Tip top.
Tip top. Good. At the top.
Tip top.
The movie opens quickly with that iconic You Got a Friend in Me theme song, and it took me back the nearly 25 years to when we were first introduced to these characters. You guys, what kind of nostalgia do you experience and do you feel each time you revisit your characters?
I can't talk about it, but it got me real emotional up front. I thought it was a risky move, and it paid off. It gets emotional right at the start.
Yeah.
Then it sends off this wonderful, just a great story. Introduce all the new toys are better than some of the old toys, and it's just not better. They're just fresh, and it's great, and the story just climbs. And overall, it's stunning to look at. That's what I felt. The animation quality itself, it's so beautiful, this thing. The antique store, the level of detail in the toys. I love the process. You know, as Tom and I said, 25 years of this. I still, #1 is my favorite because it was #1. It was the first, it introduced us to this. But boy, have these guys expanded the story.
It's genius. And you guys had young kids back then when the first one was introduced. Do they still love your roles that you played?
They are. We were at Disneyland, and we were saying there's a nightly, there's a what is it, fantasy in the sky kind of thing, and it closes with every Disney character in history dancing on the Mark Twain steamboat as it goes around Tom Sawyer's Island. And there is Mickey and Donald and Daisy. They're all there. Pluto, Peter Pan, Captain Hook, all the princesses. And there was Buzz and Woody as well dancing on the back. And my daughter, who was in her 30s, burst into tears because she realized that some version of her dad is going to be at Disneyland for the rest of eternity. And you don't discount that. That's a powerful thing.
Keanu, Tony, and Christina, you guys are fantastic additions to this franchise.
Thank you.
Well done. How much pressure is there to join something that is already so beloved like this?
A lot. No. I think to be on the journey that Tim and Annie and Tom started is such an honor. It's kind of one of those things like, has somebody made a mistake? Were they thinking of another Tony? Were they thinking of Tony Danza? You know, I didn't know what exactly was happening at first. Tom's like, you know what? It was Tony Danza.
Not a bad idea.
Every kind of wave of it, I kind of wake up to it, and it's pretty exciting.
We get to be introduced to them when we go to work, and we have an explanation of who Forky is going to be, and Gabby and Duke Kaboom, and it just kicks the whole experience into a higher gear.
My kids wanted to know when we walked out, why Forky and not Sporky?
Well, he's kind of in a bit of an existential crisis himself, because he knows he's a spork.
You know,
but then he's called Forky.
If you want to look at these talking points, there's an explanation from Toy Story right there.
So you'll just give me one
Not
second.
say spork. Do not say spork.
There's a lot going on in his world.
I told them they didn't want to pop the peas on the microphone, but then that was a whole other explanation.
Yes.
You don't want to go there.
There was a big. I think we all say, why isn't he called Sporky? When we were there, they said it's a big thing. We're talking about it.
We're going to call you Evil
Wait.
Yeah.
You are going crazy.
But that thing that we can't say exists, and this character is coming to life, and its essence, when it's being created, has its own identity.
Yeah.
Right? As Forky.
That's right.
That's like
the identity crisis and the whole thing. I know.
He's a spork.
Yes, yeah, I know.
Okay, so there's a road trip adventure that it revolves around. Who out of this group would you most trust to drive the Winnebago?
Annie.
Oh, yeah, probably Annie.
Annie? Annie? Who would you least
Very reliable.
Your baby carriage the whole
Annie
time.
navigates. Okay, who would you
Tim would
least
drive.
Oh, we're saying our character or our person?
Person.
Our person. I'll drive that Winnebago, yeah. I got
I'm a
you.
driver. I have an RV. I know I can drive an
You
RV.
can drive it.
I have a big one. So
If you each had a button, like Buzz, to express your inner thoughts out loud, what would yours say right now?
Throw deep, baby.
Wow.
Oh.
Any Stabler.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, go to the next person. I can't think of something right
I
now.
want to know what I'd say.
You don't want to
Trust
know?
me. No. I got
That
to.
would be like
Not
just
for
be
children.
nice.
Not for children.
Just be
Not for
nice.
children.
Be nice.
nice.
I like it.
Nice. Mine would be What's Happening.
Oh, good. Yeah,
What's
I like
happening?
Keanu.
Good question all around.
What's happening?
I don't know, for whatever. Good to go.
Good to go.
I like that.
I like that.
The
too.
coolest one, of
Now-
course.
He always comes up with this.
I don't even know what that.
Back to Annie for the win.
Like, I'm good to go.
Come on, knock it out of the
Good
park,
to go.
Annie. Here we go.
Buck up.
Oh! We are all more or less on the same page.
Wow.
Bo
Wow.
bucks up, and it's
Buck
a
up.
She
wonderful
does.
female empowerment moment for Bo in this film. How special was that for you when you realized that was what it was going to be?
Well, I like that quite a bit. I think it's spot on for a fantastic message for little
Yes.
girls.
Yes.
And I have 3 sons. It's like they do not mess with me.
And they should not mess with Mama.
They should
Love
not.
Mama, but don't mess with Mama. And there's also this theme that Woody feels that his time is over, that he has fulfilled his purpose. And what is next? Have you guys ever pondered that in the course of your lives or your careers?
Oh dear. I believe that's called staying in the moment. being present.
Yeah.
There's yesterday and there's today, and we got a good shot at making the right decision tomorrow, but let's see what happens.
I have met older gentlemen in my life that I want to be like that. That's what, go out like a lion. That's all I think of that as a couple old men in my life that don't say anything to anybody ever, and they have a quiet serenity, and they've lived a great life. And if I could be like that as I continue, I really, that's been a real important part of my life.
The exact opposite of Buzz Lightyear.
Exact opposite.
Thanks for killing that, Tom. A little moment I had.
Girls, you're both pretty.